Now, we were talking about other tools for operation. One of them is benchmarking. You tend to use here as a yardstick for your process the best of all existing and comparable processes for your standard. Why? Because you always try to go with the best. You will try to improve your operations until they become the benchmark for the others. If there are no benchmarks available, it won't matter. You will try to create some type of benchmark, even by using analogies. Another term that's present today, and it's really something that's present, is empowerment. Everybody talks about empowerment. What does it mean? It means that you give the power to the one who needs it, the one who's doing things. It's not only delegating responsibilities, it's about making people trustworthy, definitively. Again, when I was in that Subaru Isuzu plant, there were a couple of lines. Every single workstation had 2 lines hanging overhead. One was yellow and the other one was red. Any worker, any humble line worker could pull one of those 2 strings. If they pulled the yellow one, alarms started sounding throughout the factory. And you knew that there was a problem. You could see when something happened, the engineer is running, and I mean really running, as if there was a fire there, to try to find out what was the problem and solve it. And the red line, what was it for? To stop the production line. We're talking about a factory that manufactured several thousand cars per day. And a humble line worker was empowered to stop the complete line. When we asked how was this possible that a simple worker could stop a factory, the answer was very clear. It costs too much to rework the failed cars, the cars with errors. It was much cheaper to stop the line, correct the mistake or the error, and continue on producing. It was much cheaper. So it's a matter of simple economics. If you empower people, you will get things done in a better, more cheaper way. That is more efficient. Now, let's continue on to quality circles. The quality circles are a group schema aimed at identifying, analyzing, and solving quality problems. Usually, they have a guide, somebody who has greater training, more experience in quality issues. And they work usually at least 15 to 30 minutes per day identifying quality issues. So you say, but wait a second, out of the 8 hours work time, they are taking a chunk out? Yes, they are doing it. They are not working on the product, they are working on quality issues. Why? Because that reduces costs, improves the compliance with the specifications, thereby we lose less money, our product is cheaper, etc. You already know all the reasons. Now, let's talk a little bit about customer service. And customer service, it's not something that you just say or mention it. Yes, we have very great customer service. No, you have to work very hard for it. You need to install, for example, complaint attention mechanisms for your customers. You need to attend them quickly. You need to resolve the complaints the first time. Remember, you don't get a second chance to make a good first impression. Use that information generated by the complaints in order to detect trends and define best practice. And always use your best staff for customer service. Why? If you're really into thinking that your client is the most important thing, put your best people to work with them. Now, what are Poka yokes? Poka yokes is a term to refer to a fail-safe mechanism that guarantees continuous, standardized, and defect-free production. For example, what happens if you confuse your gasoline and your diesel hoses, and you put some diesel into a gasoline car, or vice versa? A mess. What happens when you go to a cinema? When we used to go to the cinemas, I mean, or you want to buy some French fries. You don't want to be arguing, you have given me too little, no, I want, no, it's too much, whatever. You just use one box, you fill it, what's in the box, that's exactly the serving. If you don't like our boxes, that's another matter. We can discuss, you can make a suggestion regarding having a different box size, but you can see the boxes. So there's much less friction with the client. An airline pilot, why do you believe that flying is so much safer than driving? Because every time that they're going to take off, an airline pilot goes through a complete and very thorough checklist. And they check everything. If something is not right, they don't go ahead. They need to be satisfied that everything is perfectly before they start taxiing along the runway. Also, for example, another Poka yoke is the doorbell that announces that a customer has entered the store. Ding dong! I know it's annoying, but there's no way that you get distracted and you say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were here. No. So, this has been a very long lesson. What are some of the key points? We have checked out processes. We have seen our process methodology ranging from level 5, which was the worst, to level 1, which was the best. We have checked out what is quality, that is complying with the specifications. We have checked out moments of truth. We have seen what is quality, goal-oriented quality or compliant quality, that is within 1 or 3 sigmas. We have checked out what is quality loss function, and we have seen some tools, the control chart, scatter plot, etc. We have seen the statistical control process, defining the upper control limit and the lower control limit, and we have checked out some of the tools that we have for our processes themselves. Thank you for your attention, and we will be continuing with this series in the next videos.